another artist who I wouldn't say necessarily is breaking out, but I think leveling up in a sense is FKA Twigs on her second album, Magdalene. 5-year hiatus since LP1 dropped. And FKA Twiggy, I don't know. She's been through quite a bit in that time. Very public relationship with our guy. I say mainly your guy, our Robert Pattinson.
Shia LaBeouf too.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And then a very public breakup. There was actually rumors that they might have been engaged, Robert Pattinson and FKA Twigs. Breakup.
Risky behavior. Guy that in demand.
And then she also had some lesions or some tumorous
I think it was fibroids. Yeah.
Yes.
Medical issues for sure.
So she's been through quite a bit, and this album, I mean, LP1 in and of itself is genre bending, very artistic, very inventive. I never really I wouldn't say I loved LP1. It never really caught me. It's very like soft, challenging music, I think, in ways. It still sounds good, but not things that I really find myself running back often. And then Magdalene drops, and upon my first listen, I kind of had the same response. I had this feeling like, all right, I'm not sure if this is going to be an album I'm going to be coming back to, but then I gave it 2 more listens because I really wanted to sink in. There's got a lot of praise everywhere. And the more I listened, it's the little flourishes on this album that I think really make it great and level it up. And then you kind of, with FK Twig, you kind of have to pull in this her whole persona, all the videos, the online personality, the things she tweets. So I think there's a lot more here than just the music. But I guess just give me your general thoughts on it, and let's start digging into the parts we liked or disliked about Magdalene.
Yeah, I think with LP1. Well, so she has those 2 EPs, EP1, EP2, and those didn't really do much for me. They're really short, obviously, as EPs, but, just kind of like avant-garde, smooth pop music, electronic, it's like you said, genre bending. But then once LP1 comes out 2014, and then that Melissa EP in 2015, those 2 projects, I was like, oh, wait, I get it now. This is actually like really cool stuff. And you've heard this influence on like Solange and like Kalela and other people in this all R&B space the past few years. And 2 Weeks, that big song off LP1, which was on a lot of critics lists in 2014, Amazing Bridge. That's that song that I think obviously people would point to. It's like that's like the quintessential FKA Twigs song to this point. And then she goes on this big hiatus. Obviously, a lot of personal things, still public figure for the most part, but a lot of personal things going on. What is she going to come back to? Because now that her influence has already been expressed by others in this space, like you, I wasn't like a huge fan or anything, but it's funny listening to this in the context of the album. I really appreciate the singles way more now, like Cellophane, the last track, and Holy Terrain with Future. Yeah. I heard them as singles, and now I was like, all right, cool. This is like what she does. But then once you understand the themes of the album, and in Cellophane's case, once the album is crested and ended, and get that, you kind of really appreciate what she was going for, like the artistic intent. And yeah, I mean, it got so much acclaim, and that's funny for an album that is pop albums that's really understated. It's really soft, but her songwriting is what really shines, of course, and getting into, how she was treated by tabloids in England, getting the Meghan Markle treatment, of course, her relationships, her struggles with her health, hearing her boil that down. And, she's not like, it's not like she's spilling the tea or anything, but she's kind of talking about her observations on power dynamics and relationships and like serving others versus serving yourself and feeling you're being performative for somebody else. It's really compelling lyrics, and I think it's a fantastic album and really hit for me in the middle with Mary Magdalene, and then of course Fallen Alien, which I think is a really striking, immediately standout moment on the album. So I liked it a lot.
No, I I think you made a really good point in talking about her songwriting, because I think when you kind of start with what makes FKA Twigs a great artist, it's really her earnestness, and she's very thoughtful, not only in her lyrical content, but in how she layers the music. I mean, she has a producer credit on every single song, so she's all over this, obviously. And then you kind of bring into it, like I don't know if you've watched the video for like Cellophane
Mm-hmm.
or Holy Terrain, but she really brings in this performative sense, and that goes back to her dancing background, where she's kind of adding to the lyrics and the things that she's going into in a visual way that I think just really adds an element, like especially Cellophane. That I think I watched that music video like 3 times. Just like I was like taken by it. It's really stunning, and obviously, you see her doing this amazing pole dance, but then like the ending of it just kind of flips, and it's this really symbolic, like I don't know, elevation. It's just really cool. But I don't know. Did you get a chance to look at the producer lineup on this album?
I did, yeah. You got Skrillex on here, Cashmere Cat.
Nicholas Jar, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's the muse. He's all
yeah,
over this. He's on basically every
yeah,
song.
yeah. And I think the songs that stand out the most from this, like, I mean, Thousand Eyes, even though it's maybe not my favorite song, is just a really striking song in terms of
Good
how,
opener.
yeah, how it layers all these things. Um, then Holy Terrain, I'm pretty sure has like Antonov, Skrillex, Nicholas Jar like on it. It's just this crazy pack song. Of course, Future popping in for actually what I thought was a pretty decent Future, um, I don't know,
Fit the
verse.
theme.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, just she's working with some really awesome artists that really add a lot. Um, I don't know. Just I was really blown away on a second or third listen of it, to be honest. And I think this is the kind of album that, like, I put it on my car at first, and I really did not appreciate it until I was listening with headphones and was like, oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's a really cool flourish, or like that change up right there. The way that they layered that is really really cool. And I agree, Fallen Alien is probably the main standout. Any other songs that you liked or that really stood out to you?
Yeah, the singles Fallen Alien and Mary Magdalene were my favorites. But,
Mm-hmm.
I think when you hear some of her earlier stuff, this type of avant-garde pop, this art pop music, it's funny, art pop anniversary of that from Lady Gaga. Uh, this kind of pop, you can fade in and out because it's soft
Yep.
and um, understated. But this album, if you're staying alert, I find it really engaging. So yeah, it's I didn't expect it to be as compelled as I was, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think Halsey's album about G-Eazy coming in January is going to be this good. Let's put it that way.
Good in a different way, right? Because uh, you aren't going to hear many of these songs on popular radio, but you're going to
Mhm.
hear a couple of Halsey tracks all over the place.
Right.
And though those might have higher popular highs, but I think if you really give the time and give the thought to Magdalene, you'll really take a lot away. So we highly recommend that. Already added Fallen Alien to the Nowstalgia best of album or best of playlist for 2019. So check that out.